Hello everyone, welcome to the Get On Gym. A little bit cooler today, so that's good for training. We're going to work on a few exercises to try and make the Blitz a bit better, see if we can explore that and develop it. Now with the Blitz, we can score with either the back fist of course, or the reverse punch, or both. And the idea with the Blitz is, it comes from here and it throws everything forward at an angle into the technique. So you're not coming forward this way, and giving a large target here, a big upright target here to see. The idea is that you're in as low and lunged as possible to score the point. And the power comes from driving the legs into it as well as flicking the hands out. So you shouldn't be shrugging in the Blitz. Shouldn't be picking the punch up like a boxer from the shoulder. You should be driving it out, straight out from the hips. Now I want to start by getting that lean into that first punch, yeah? Try and stay sideways on, yeah? And get that back fist in. The more sideways you get this way, yeah, the longer your back fist will be. You tend to straighten up a little bit, I do anyway. Too much really. But when you practice it, you stay in sideways, wham, and then you get a much longer back fist this way than you do this way here. So try and keep sideways on, just a little step with the back leg, yeah, and back fist, just trying to get that in there. Bend the knees. Yeah, come through from here, yeah, step it through. To turn this shoulder. As we come in, keep that shoulder back. And we can this hand the same here. Thing, but with sideways on, pow, and then punch with the second hand. Yeah, we're not going right through just yet. We're just going from here, 1, 2. Trying to get both hands out. Keep this hand as tight to the body as you can. From here, sideways and straight in. From here, keep your knees bent, sideways and straight in. So we want to be pushing off both legs, but really get this one working into here. Yeah, and try and slide yourself, lean yourself into the target. Pushing with these legs, sideways and punch. Again, not fully doing it yet. Sideways, punch the arm out. Don't over twist for the moment. From here, make sure this is nice and long and this one's in as soon as it can be. Try and get that gap between the hands as quick as possible. So now we can move that on a little bit further by being a bit further away so that the reverse punch gets a bit of a hip twist into it. So we come from here, we go long reverse punch and step through into the target. Now you should really hit the target before you step. So you should be here, twist and then step. That way you're getting full committal into the as much as you can get. From here, long range and punch and then step just after. So from here, yeah. Boom, boom, and step. Long range and step. And we're aiming to get our hands out away from us as quick as possible. We don't want to be coming in here and with our hands still in this position. From here, we want something between us and the opponent straight away. Even if you don't hit, get it in front of the face so you can get them disorientated or block their vision slightly. So from here, just straight in, straight in. Try and step as late as you can. And in the basic Blitz, try not to stand up as you go through. So when you come from this position here, try not to be standing up. As you stand up, that will lose you distance because it gives you in height and your legs will straighten. You'll have less depth in the Blitz. So from here, as we move into it, we kind of stay low, push with this leg, try and feel it in the thighs. Feel them drive through, feel them pushing your body all the way through. Both legs, but particularly that one here, driving through. So when striking and going through the opponent, try and go through mainly on his open side. So if you're a left stancer, and Buddy here is left stancer at the moment, yeah, as we come through, we're going to go through this side of him. And the reason you can go through both sides, but the reason we're going to come through this side is everything I want to hit is on this side mainly. Yeah, this is where the striking area is. When you go through to this side, one of the reasons is there's no scoring to the back. So it's a lot less targets to hit. So as we come through here, try and come through and drive through this way through him. Also, as you come through that way, you get more drive and more stretch in your punch. If you're going to the back, as you come through, you get that in there, but then you step across this way, you shorten the punch. It's doable, we all do it, everyone does it. Depends on what the opponent is throwing and what he's capable of countering with or how he fights. But if you practice from here, coming through 1-2 and then going through this side, you'll have more chances, more opportunities to score. Not only will you have more opportunities to score, but your punch will be more twisted. Your punch will be longer. Cheers, buddy. Now the second step is very important. It's important to get that step driven through as far as you can. Not so easy to do on a punch bag like this, because we have the base on there and you tend to clash into the base. But you can do it easily on focus pads, and you can do it on a hanging punch bag quite well. But the idea is we're going to have to come further back. So the idea is to come through 1-2, drive that through, yeah? But drive forward first of all. So you're coming from there, 1-2, and then drive through. Not so easy either. You've got a fence behind you. So from there, stretching that arm, pushing off the legs, 1-2, and drive through afterwards. Yeah. 1-2, drive through. Get them knees down, get your legs working, get your thighs going. One exercise you can use to develop the strength in the legs and get the knees bending and staying low is to touch the floor with the right hand before you blitz. It strengthens the legs, gets you aware of how they need to be bent, and keeps you nice and low as you go in. So from here, we go from back here, touch the floor, and then we come in from that position. So we've loaded our legs up. From here, touching the floor, driving forward, staying low. The reason we're staying low is to get the depth rather than the height. And obviously when you're fighting, you'll go for all different heights and that. But here, if we drop down and stay low to drive through, try and get the legs working. It's a good leg exercise. Touch, through. Touch, stay down. And again, don't stand up. So don't come forward. Touch, stand up and go. Touch, go down and go. Another exercise to do is to come from the sprint position and then blast up at the bag. You'll already be facing forward in this one. It's down here, knee on the floor. And from there, we drive straight up and into the bag. Again, at an angle, don't stand up, yeah, and drive in and hit the bag. Just here in sprinter position and drive up and hit the bag straight through. Try and stay low. So 10 of them touching the floor, 10 of them in sprint position. And then you can also do 10 laying flat on the floor. That's a good exercise as well, not just for the blitz, but for fitness and for body strength as well. An exercise for working the foot speed, or the sprint speed, is to do it shallower and get your legs moving as quick as possible. So we're not going to go back into the full blitz here, we're just going to work from there. We're going to try and change those legs over as fast as we can. And as soon as you change that leg, this arm's out. So from here, as soon as that starts to skip, we're into that one, yeah? And we're just working that takeoff speed and changing that takeoff leg fast. So from here, take it straight in, yeah? So we're trying to move the legs quick, as well as the arm, yeah? Faster we move the legs, faster the arm comes out. Here, here. Now it's shallow, it's short, but it builds that speed up, that takeoff speed that you need. And it also gets your legs working quicker. Because what can tend to happen in a blitz is we lunge it. We go for the reach too much. And what happens in that position is we end up slowing ourselves down rather than being fast. And in the blitz category as well, we have the hopping blitz or diving blitz or the dive bomb blitz, whatever you want to call it. And this comes from not stepping over. We come from here, and what we do is we push off this leg and then we hop into the target here. Yeah, we hop forward into it. From here, we hop forward into the target. So we don't actually step over until we've hit with the techniques. Come from here into the target. Now, the important thing to think is you're not going up in the air. That will lose you distance, speed. You won't get there so much, and you'll land flat in front of the opponent, and they'll counter you. The idea of the dive blitz is it's forward. Yeah. Once again, just like every other blitz, it's the angle coming in. It is actually a dive, not a jump. So from there, shift around, just fire it in. And it's nice and quick. It doesn't have the big running legs that the blitz has. So we're moving around, and when we get it, we hop back straight in. Yeah. Once again, get that head forward, get your arms in front of your head. So that comes out first. If that comes out, then we hop in. Push with them legs. Again, don't go up, go forward. So with the blitz, it's generally 1-2. Obviously ridge hands come in, both sides, and other punches. But generally, back fist to the head, reverse punch to the body is what you're going for. But we can break it up as well, make it different by reverse blitzing. So with the reverse blitz, we push from here, right hand coming straight out towards the body to take the attention down. This hand stays up as a guard. Then what happens is this hand is really close to the opponent and you push it through. So you generally score either with the first punch, but a lot of times with the second punch. And you have to slide in with it. Don't punch and then go, yeah? 1-2. You have to be moving as you go through. From here, again, bend the knees, driving low, punching that second hand. It can be a straight punch, back fist, doesn't matter. It comes from here, 1, 2, 3. And once again, same with the legs. Step them through. Push it forward, 1, 2, 3. Drive it through. You can also follow it up with a third punch, yeah? From here, 1, 2, 3. Now with the blitz, it is about committal. It's a bit of a kamikaze technique because you have to commit completely. A half blitz is no good. And because of that, it does leave us open to the side kick, the body back fist, and if we're coming in here, the pulling, jumping back fist, which is why timing's really important. But when you go, you have to go. If you half do it, you're going to get caught. It's also when you blitz, if you blitz into the head a lot, or back fist into the head a lot, you can get some fighters who are really good at just coming down underneath you. As soon as you move, their head goes and they're underneath you. And in that situation, you need to throw it lower. So it's a good idea to throw the blitz to the chest here, to this point here, rather than the head all the time. Because then if someone's going to duck, they've got to do a lot more effort to duck at you. So instead of just coming up at it all the time, you can stay low and drive that straight in towards them. If they duck, they're still going to get caught. The technique to do in that situation, if someone is constantly putting their head down, is putting low kicks to where their head would go to. Dummy, put in low kicks, and it makes them think twice about putting their head in that position there where a kick's going to come in and score. You may even score. If they time it wrong and they come down and a round kick comes in, side kick comes in, then it will score them. But it's also just putting them off what they want to do. Once you get that, you can then get their head, because you've now disrupted their game plan. Well, that's it from the Blitz today. Thanks for joining me. Goodbye from the Garden Gym.